Thank you everyone for coming out to this event. I'd like to start by thanking the Colorado Palestine Club for co-hosting this event with us, as well as for their dedicated efforts sustaining Denver's movement. Okay, thank you. All right, I want to start by thanking Colorado Palestine Club, for co-hosting this event with us, as well as for their dedicated efforts sustaining Denver's movement for Palestine over the past weeks and years. Let's give them a round of applause. Tonight we are here to watch Gaza Fights for Freedom, produced by the Empire Files in collaboration with a heroic team of Palestinian videographers in Gaza. The film features on-the-ground coverage of the historic Great March of Return protests from 2018 to 2019 and documents extensive evidence of Israeli war crimes. The Great March of Return protest movement demanded that Palestinian refugees be allowed to return to their lands seized in the ethnic cleansing that made way for the creation of the Israeli state. For peacefully protesting, over 250 Palestinians were killed by Israeli forces, including more than 40 children, and some 30,000 were injured. Yet in the face of overwhelming brutality, the weekly protests sustained for over 13 months, and Gaza's resistance continues today. Gaza Fights for Freedom captures the heroic and ongoing struggle of the Palestinian people to survive a brutal occupation and return to their homeland. Indeed, this past month, the people of Gaza, fully walled in on all sides, endured another 11-day assault from Israeli forces that took the lives of at least 243 people, including more than 100 women and children. At least 2,000 homes were destroyed, another 15,000 damaged. This is, of course, a deliberate terror attack by the Israeli government, which knows that Gaza is already suffering a severe housing shortage and because of the occupation has no access to essential building materials. The brutal assault raised international awareness of the plight of Gazians to new levels, especially in conjunction with the overt theft of Palestinian homes in Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood and the aggression against worshippers in the Al-Aqsa Mosque, amongst the holiest places in Islam. This is all to say the brutality and oppression, as well as the heroic resistance that is captured in this film, are far from the relics of the past. We organized this film screening tonight to bring greater awareness to our movement of what is happening in Palestine, because we believe that the people everywhere in the world who stand against oppression have a duty to stand with Palestine. This is especially true for us in the United States. It is not an exaggeration to say that Israel cannot stand without the support of the U.S. government. Both the massive military aid provided by our country to the tune of $10 million a day and the political cover the U.S. provides to Israeli apartheid. This is the government that speaks in our name. These are our tax dollars. If you do not approve of this state of things, then we have to fight to build a movement to change it. We are so glad to be uniting with the Palestinian community of Colorado in this effort. With that, I would like to welcome Dr. Rima Baran from the Colorado Palestine Club to say a few words.
You're so more brave to climb up there, so I'm going to say. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting this cause. This is actually an eyewitness account of what the Gazans go through on a daily event. So the images that you guys are going to see are graphic. Palestinians are nothing less to these images. We actually see this on a daily situation because we see it through alternative media sources. So some of them are gruesome, and they captured it very well. And this is exactly what the Palestinian people are going. And I just wanted to go through a couple of things. 2021 marks the 73 years of a Nakba where the Palestinians have been forced of exile and have not been allowed the right to return to Palestine. Nakba is a catastrophe for the Palestinian people, involved forced displacement and violent dehumanization in their own homeland. During the past 5 weeks, Israel's government has accelerated its expulsion of families from their land to make way for illegal Israeli settlers. to violate the Geneva Convention, and to continually perpetuate war crimes in the area. And then during the holiest days for the many Muslim people, Israeli forces attacked the Muslim worshippers that were kneeling to pray in the sacred Al-Aqsa Mosque. Israel's military subsequently launched their airstrikes into the captive refugee population of Gaza, killing over 232 people, including 65 children, and 11 days of bombardment. Among 70,000 Palestinians have been displaced. And take a second to think about that. In 11 days, 70,000 Palestinians were displaced from their homes. Over 13 high-rises were demolished. And then now Palestinians are seeking refuge in UN schools. Yet the Israeli military bombed a number of schools. So here they are homeless. Now they're going to seek refuge and they're getting killed again. So this is an already overwhelming situation for the Palestinian people. The hospitals are overwhelmed with COVID cases, and the only one COVID clinic in the Gaza area has been bombed. So now it's a desperate situation for the Palestinians that live in the area. Meanwhile, the Gazans have been running out of medical supplies, water, food, electricity, and Israel's bombing of the Palestinians was not, and claims that it was not self-defense. It was part of an ethnic cleansing campaign, and we need more than a ceasefire from our government. We are asking for an end to the occupation. So please, log on to our Facebook page, Colorado Palestine Club. Try to sign Rashida Tlaib, she's a Palestinian senator, or House representative, and demand that President Biden and in his administration hold Israel's government accountable. So that we can have an end to the root cause of the violence. So this is ongoing, and we're asking you guys for your support and also to call our senators. I actually gave the phone numbers yesterday. That's what we're going to be doing this week, is bombarding their calls and with the message of hold Israel accountable, make sure that the Palestinian voice is strong, and that the Palestinians have a right to live. And that's really what we're asking for. We're not asking for nothing more than basic human rights for the Palestinian people. And we really appreciate you guys actually taking the time and effort to kind of see this film, get a bird's eye view on what really happens, and see the struggles of the Palestinians. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Got it. So sorry. Okay, thank you, Rima. We're going to start the film now, just so everyone's aware of time. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. Definitely heavy in subject matter. When it finishes, there's going to be a little bit of discussion, so anything that comes up for you or any questions that you have, just kind of keep them in your mind and we can talk about it. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna watch the film now. Sit down, have a drink, and watch the film. We're just only Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.